Olá pessoal, este é o sexto vídeo de uma série de 7 que estamos apresentando semanalmente. No vídeo de hoje falaremos sobre região de interesse transiente e teremos uma demonstração de como fazer para ir além da amplificação de movimento tradicional. Os vídeos mostrados foram todos filmados utilizando a revolucionária e absolutamente incrível tecnologia de processamento de vídeo Motion Amplification da RDI. Será apresentado pelo CEO e fundador da empresa, Jeff Hay.
Let's talk about transients, right? Transient ROIs. So I'm going to go straight into a demonstration here. Again, I'll wait for the slide there. So let me show you this. This is I think a non-typical asset to be looking at with vibration equipment. This is a robot arm, right? And you know, traditionally things that vibrate move about a fixed location. And so what I'm going to show you is this ability to do something more with the camera, because, you know, we're capturing, you put an accelerometer on something and it is sort of bound to that location, right? But we've got a lot more information in the camera. We can do a lot more with it than just you know, sort of a vibration about a fixed center. So what I want to show you is this idea of being able to do transient ROIs, you know, about making a measurement of something that's transiting the scene, right? And so here, let me play this back and show you what we've done here. This type of measurement allows you to track an object through a scene and show you what the motion looks like, right? So so this motion is overlaid on this, and you can actually see it, and you can pull out information. You can pull out information that occurs the overall motion, or you can pull out information that occurs, you know, sort of inside that box, and then also spectral data from inside that box. And then of course you can show the overall motion too. But this goes beyond the traditional, you know, again, beyond traditional motion amplification, but really we're leveraging the fact that we can see objects transiting and measure them, right? And so the idea here is, again, leveraging the camera. You can get spectrum from moving objects this way. So let me go through and show a couple of videos here showing sort of the transient path and the waveform, you know, sort of the vibration in the object. So if you need to be able to do sort of analysis that is requires you to be able to measure an object that's moving through the scene, you know, you can use this technology to do that. So there's sort of the motion as it's, you know, traversing through. Again, you can see the deviations inside that box to be able to see, you know, how stable is that motion? Is it sort of vibrating? Is there points that it's altering from its course in these sort of impacting in these waveforms? So tracking, you know, really anything if it's moving and you can see it. So here's kind of putting it to task. Tracking a helicopter, you can see it sort of dip there. This was kind of serendipity to be able to grab this shot. But you know, sort of, you know, non-traditional assets and be able to understand their motion, right? So again, here's the time waveform. So that's really the vibration occurring inside, and you can see the impacting there. And you can capture that impacting in that time waveform because it's measuring sort of those events that are occurring inside the path. This also has transient motion amplification that we'll speak about here in a second, but kind of just hitting on that theme of transient. So here's a barge, and you'll notice that he's pulling here spectrum off this, you know, so he's measuring in different locations on this barge as it moves through and pulling off frequencies as it moves through, right? So again, frequencies of moving objects, and then just a little bit of tongue in cheek here, some of our partners have got pretty creative with during COVID when they're sort of locked up, and so we, clever little motion analysis. You can pull out your Roombas and measure them. So transient motion amplification, I'll touch on that just quickly here, but it's the idea that just to kind of couple to this idea of motion amplification, you have this big, this goes beyond normal motion amplification, because when you amplify something that's already moving a lot, this thing actually moves through the scene quite a bit. So when you try to handle motion amplification of a large object, if you amplify that, it sort of blows everything out because the motion's already big. And so, now you can actually, choose to just be able to amplify small motions as well on top of large motions, and give them sort of preference. So you can actually see those small little motions that occur on a very big moving object. And so I'll show a sort of a real life example of that, where you can actually see these, sort of those bumps when it's vibrating as it moves that you normally would still not even be able to see, even with traditional motion amplification.
Agradecemos a atenção dada ao 6º vídeo desta série. Na próxima semana, apresentaremos o último vídeo com o tema Mapa de Movimento. Na era da indústria 4.0, a Vitec disponibiliza as mais avançadas tecnologias de monitoramento online, como análise de óleo, vibrações e motores elétricos, que, integradas, permitem acompanhar o desempenho das plantas em tempo real e à distância. Acompanhe-nos nas redes sociais, LinkedIn, Facebook e YouTube, onde disponibilizamos palestras, trabalhos técnicos e vídeos para a sua atualização.